Okay, here we go. Good morning and welcome to Breaking Bitcoin for Wednesday, August the 5th, 2020. It's Crypto Jack here, sitting in for Justin Wise. Yes, our famous leader, Justin Wise, unfortunately is not able to make it in today. But of course, myself and a couple of the other analysts will be covering today's show and analysis. We've got Alex and, of course, Jason here. You guys with me? Let's take a look. I think you guys are
Yep,
muted.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Welcome,
How's it going?
Alex. Welcome, Jason. Let's just dial in a few quick settings here. Make sure everything looks good on the Discord front. All right, looking good. All right, so what we're going to be covering today, Bitcoin. The next potential breakout is upon us, gentlemen. Are we going to finally break through the 12K up barrier and see our next big pump and potentially around to take profits, or is this just one big fake out? Then again, if we're following the gold and silver route, which have been pumping and taken off in recent days, seems like Bitcoin is kind of following in their wake. Could very well be a move to the upside, but potentially something the analysts are going to dive a little deeper into. So let's just quickly you know what? I haven't opened the live chat just yet. Let me get in there real quick and let me throw up Alex's chart on the screen. Alex, you are live on the main window there. Be a move
Okay.
and I'm gonna quickly say hi to everybody in the chat. T-Dub was here early. Boris Bitcoin, hello. Jordan Stotts, Mr. Spin B in the chat. Peckham08, of course, he's in here every day. S180XT, hello. We got Yorick, one of our chat moderators. Brian B. Well, we got a lot of people in the chat today. David Windle. Let's see, who else is in here today? Van, he likes the new intro. Hello, Van. And Wayne Arnott. Hello, Wayne. He's asking for Litecoin USD. We'll definitely get into that, guys. No charts will be left unturned today. And Ron Legato. So hello to everybody in here, and I'm gonna pass the mic over to Alex. So Alex, take it away. I've got you on stream. You take us through maybe Bitcoin first. How's Bitcoin looking today?
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just zoom in onto a lower time frame for right now. So we had the big sell off back into support over here uh earlier in the week, and just price has just been kind of trading sideways and appreciating, I would say. This looks to me like some strong reaccumulation. I expect to see a continuation here. I would be really surprised if we pulled back even further. But if we did, this would be an area that I would be looking at. This is both the CME gap area and the and previous resistance and turn support. But as I was saying in chat the other day, I don't expect any major pullbacks, and maybe yesterday felt like a major pullback after we've had such compressed volatility. But I mean, really, if you look at this price action, it's like, yeah, we pumped like $2,000, and then we pulled back. It's actually more like $3,000. We pumped $3,000, and then we pulled back like $1,300. Okay, sure. So I would be surprised if we did not continue on and break through 12K here. I'm not sure about the exact time frame. I mean, this is the daily chart. So 1, 2. It could be like maybe later in the week before we end up fully breaking 12K. Looking down at the lower time frames, we're seeing some volume start to come back in, but it's not so much volume that I think it's just gonna like right through here. So maybe kind of slowly approach 12K, dump down just a little bit again, slowly approach, then break above, retest, and then break above to, I think the next area that we would be looking at would be 14K, would be the next major resistance area here on Bitcoin. But for right now, I'm only looking for longs. I'm only long biased. I think you would be a fool to be
Yes.
short. I mean, well,
Do
basically
not be
anything in
looking for
crypto right
shorts
now.
here.
But especially, I wouldn't want to short Bitcoin. I mean, if anybody out there is still for some reason looking for shorts, I don't know why you are, but I mean, follow the trend. I mean, the trend is going this way. We're here. Let me turn on the baseline here. We're far above the baseline. The baseline is basically useless to us at this point right now. The baseline is just like, yes, be long, and yeah, it's all our initiators are saying to be long here. Well, on the daily, we're about to get a continuation signal on time transformation. Hasn't quite moved yet, but
And this is one of those.
yeah. So that's my feeling here on Bitcoin. A little bit of a pullback on Ethereum. So Ethereum has been more bullish recently. Since started pumping, Ethereum has been more bullish, but Ethereum has been less bullish for the past couple of days due to here. Let's look at the Bitcoin pullback. So, oh, this is Litecoin Bitcoin. My mistake. Okay, so we actually have a long open as a group. So we opened the long here, and it's a nice margin long here. So my stop was like over here. Now it's just a break even. I got my stop sitting all the way down here. Just soaking it in for the group. So
The group also has a bottom feeder signal open on BTC from yesterday's low. So
Yeah, I was gonna say,
let
Jason,
me pull that up.
you took that
That's
bottom feeder signal, right? You were
oh
telling
yeah,
me.
I am well in that bottom feeder signal. Which
let me
and
pull that up
it
here.
was one of the things I was going to bring up, like why we do this day to day, because everyone comes in and like, oh, what's Bitcoin going to do next? What is it going to dump from here? Is it going to pump from here? Like we're telling you days ago, like when to be in that position, when to, because now it's too late. Like you shouldn't be looking for, like right now is a very tricky point in Bitcoin, but you should not be looking for shorts, definitely.
I agree. Hey, Jason, can you turn up your microphone just a little bit?
Can I what now?
Can you turn your microphone up just a little bit?
Make sure you right-click him and drag him all the way to 200.
You think it's me? It's just me?
No, his mic always needs a bit of a boost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
If
we're
you
working on it.
if you right-click his profile and drag it to 200, might sound better. I have him at 200 now. He's coming in okay.
Okay, let me.
Throw me up to 200, dude, like everyone else does.
Okay. All right, dude. You're up to 200.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a beautiful bottom feeder signal, man.
It really is here, and it's just what bottom feeder does best is when price is just oversold, and during a bullish movement, price becomes oversold much more quickly because of just the just the way the way things show up on the indicator. So yeah, it's a nice little feature of bottom feeder. Yeah, although in this case, it's like more like using bottom feeder for a continuation signal than for
Yeah,
a
for
reversal
sure.
signal. And if you think about it, that's it's almost a stronger bottom feeder signal here
It is.
because yeah, because
And
the trend is already established, so we're just trying to get in.
and it's one of those things that I've mentioned the last time that I was we talked about bottom feeder. It's one of those things I've back tested a lot to
Yeah,
where when you get because this is one of those strange signals to where you're expecting very overbought oversold conditions for it to go off, but it doesn't. And usually when it happens, it will trigger multiple signals in a row. So you know when you get just one and then the next one opens without, it actually has a higher likelihood of hitting its target. So like this signal, I was really happy to see this signal and why I
yeah.
had no problem taking this position.
hmm
And like we could get some pullback here down to those lows again after this swing, but that's just something we can't know.
You guys track the USDT volume at all? I have seen that there has been quite a bit of USDT printing going on, and I think Alex Ebersberger in the chat mentioned USDT volume looks, well, this according to him, of course, looks very fake. Mid some USDT, sell some for BTC, buy back, repeat. It's the only bearish thing he sees right now is all the USDT printing going on, but maybe you
Yeah,
can
but
make it.
that's only bearish if you believe that they're like the USDT is like unbacked, like it's like a
Yeah.
fiat currency. But if if it's at least, yeah, if it's supposedly backed. If it is backed, then it's bullish because that is more outside money that's coming into crypto. It's like the creation of new crypto wealth every single time.
Mhm.
But
I just look
yeah,
at USDT as a gateway for the Far East, so the Asian and Russian markets.
yeah.
My understanding is when they want to buy into Bitcoin using US dollars, well, fortunately they have to do it through brokers that offer USDT to them. So I don't think it's completely fake or printed out of thin air necessarily. I do think that on some level that does represent some kind of investment, maybe money laundering, but some type of investment from the Far East coming into Bitcoin. So, all right, let's continue. Are we moving? Let's hop into
Let's
Ethereum.
continue. Like talk about Ethereum here.
Yep.
So yeah, Ethereum has just been more bullish for a number of reasons. There's technical reasons where Ethereum on like a yearly chart was pretty oversold. Like it's the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. If you look far enough back, you realize that we're actually it had gotten down to like this area right here is like a 2016 2017 yeah, so like the Ethereum price was, so this area down here was kind of like the point of control back in 2016 2017, and Ethereum rose very high right here, and then Ethereum came back down and retested this area. So, and now we're breaking back above this area. So I still expect Ethereum to continue to appreciate in value versus Bitcoin. That means right now, I mean, whether you're a Bitcoin maximalist for the future or not, right now it would not be a bad idea to have some of your Bitcoin sitting in Ethereum, like just like own some Ethereum,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that'll probably do you good for having more Sats at the end of whatever this bull run looks like. I mean, we've got Dave Portnoy joining us now on Bitcoin, so like as you can see, so yeah, it's very bullish here. I'm asking myself if I want to take profits on that Ethereum Bitcoin long, because I've got this area right up here. The 35,000 is resistance, and those of you who've been following along know we've been looking at this area for weeks now. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4 weeks, and those weeks are 5 weeks. So 4 or 5 weeks now. We're let me see how the week closes out, because if the week closes out with the candle looking like this, let me get this out of the way. With a candle looking like this, then that's a sign of diminishing momentum, and I'll probably take some profits. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback to here. Let's draw that out. Let's just so we can see what it looks like. I think that makes sense. Where we're gonna pull back from this resistance right here, retest this area down here, and then I'd like to see a continuation to 40,000 here. I don't think we're gonna. I think Ethereum's been very. Ethereum, and the way this would work, I think, is if Bitcoin were very bullish, more bullish than Ethereum, that would cause the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio to pull back like
Hmm.
this.
And,
Hmm.
and to be honest with you, I would like
Yeah.
with that, I would just consider that at this moment, because that's still bullish to me. That would
Yeah.
that would just be a throwback, and that would be the most,
No,
because
yeah,
that,
this is
yeah,
just a pullback and continuation. This is not
yeah.
like Marisol. We don't think we're gonna like go down here or anything
Well,
like
that's
that.
what I just don't want people going like, oh, we got to short Ethereum. I'm like, no, that's not what we're looking for here.
Definitely not. No, and as a matter of fact, I would definitely, like I said, guys, I don't think you should be short anything in this
Mm-mm.
market right now. It's better to locate opportunities to go long. That's what you do during a bull market. Like just drill it into your head. It's a bull market. I go
Mm,
long. It's a bull market. I don't long. You don't have to be fancy like we had to
yeah,
be during the bear market. Like
I,
we
li-
go
I like
long, we
the
go short. Just be long, guys.
I like the way that Justin put it, and it's a good like thing to do for yourself. Is like
Mm-hmm.
when you're above that baseline, that red button doesn't work anymore. You just can't use it.
Yeah.
And the same thing for when we're under the baseline. Don't
Mm-hmm.
use that long button. I think that's just a good practice to get yourself psychologically ready for when a bull market does come. Like we
Mm-hmm.
don't know when this thing's going to turn around, man. I mean, look at 2017. It was ridiculous.
You're right.
And
let's take a look at the other major alts here.
Do it. What's next? XRP?
Why not? XRP has been a popular choice recently.
Yeah, XRP's been doing good.
I like XRP in this spot. I would love to see more of a pullback down to. Sorry, guys. Let me turn off the baseline here. It's always nice to get a good long-term view here. As you can see, so we pumped out of this area down here and basically right back up into the previous trading range. When you look at it like this is a very nice Wyckofian sort of accumulation area where we've got we've got preliminary support up here. Get this out of the way. We've got preliminary support up here. Nice automatic rally. This is a spring. So yeah, I would imagine that we're probably going to test the bottom of this trading range, which is roughly, let's say 25, 24. But Ethereum, but XRP is just one of the more bullish of the alts right now. This is just so incredibly oversold recently. So I like it. Again, I would much rather be long than short. I think we'll just probably test the bottom, and then I would not be surprised to see XRP continue to appreciate up into this area, and then it'll probably be some more sideways for a little while for alts.
Yeah.
Or at least for XRP. So yeah, more sideways, and then once we start seeing a breakout of this area, that's probably when the real alt season is going to begin, guys. This is just preliminary alt season. This is just whales accumulating bags before markup. So
exciting.
yeah, it is an exciting time. So as you guys who were here last week know, we're kind of watching this area to accumulate inside of. Let's go on to a lower time frame. Just kind of peeked our head in, popped back out. I'm not sure here. I feel like price
That's a tough
should
one.
be.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to dip back down to that box. I think this is a tough one because it makes you want, you're like, oh, it dipped in. Like maybe
Yeah.
this is the moment to take it because it's retesting the bottom of that right now. But I do think you're right on this one. I think that it's got a little bit further down.
I think the best way to play this is to either pick up ADA after we finish trading, after we trade in this box and break back above it, or if we were to just suddenly break back above like 1400 here.
Yeah,
1400
close
being
there.
the resistance. Like if we break resistance, then it's like, okay, that was the accumulation. Let's buy the breakout and take it, continue
That's
onward.
just taking the confirmed continuation because it
Yeah.
closed above that high. Yeah. So I mean, it's two ways to play it. You could fade that box as well. I mean,
the more I look at this box, I would also love to see this area be retested. But it's just
things are bullish.
ADA has been so bullish. It's better to be biased in that way. It's like when do we want to make sure that we're long? So EOS not super hot right now. I would still keep trying to accumulate down in this area right here if you can.
Hot EOS.
Yeah, it's not so hot yet.
Perennial loser.
Yep. So EOS is still one of the laggards of the bull market right now. And so I mean, if you think so, majors are lagging the mid caps, which were lagging the miners, and then EOS is lagging all the other majors. So EOS is like literally one of the last coins to like not pump yet at all, really. But it's still very accumulate-y. We're here. Maybe we dip down just a little bit more, but the overall chart I think is still one of a bullish pattern. You gotta keep in mind this is like we can turn off bottom feeder here for a second. You gotta keep in mind, this is a time where society's eyes are turning back towards crypto. People want to get in on the gains that they see other people making, and they're gonna put their money into it, whether it's a good idea or not. So
that weekly chart on EOS is just like, man, there's
yeah.
so much room.
Yeah,
We are
there's
just getting started. Just looking at that gets me excited.
Yeah, And then of course, like if you take this, I would want to take this ratio up to like 10,000 right here. It's a beautiful area. Take
Mhm.
it right here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have very much resistance besides that once we crack above
Mhm.
that shelf right there. But
You
yeah,
know, Litecoin here, it just kind of looks like we
flat.
might need to trade down in this area a little bit more. We might have rejected from this resistance for now. It's just really hard to say. I would not long this area right here if you're not already long.
Yeah.
Um, this was the area to long. Otherwise, I would long a break of 5,200. I guess that's roughly this area. We don't need this anymore. It's from another discussion, another time. Uh,
Hmm.
okay. BCH, similar story. So right now, the major alts, it looks like, are almost universally pulling back, as focus kind of goes towards Bitcoin, which is doing this thing, as we all know.
Which is doing this.
Why don't tell you what? Let's take a look at some of the derivative products and get a sense of what the market's doing. Bitcoin dominance rising. So this actually looks pretty strong right here. Like it retested this bottom. Boom.
Mhm.
Um, we'll see. But for right now, it looks like definitely currently more money is pouring into Bitcoin than is pouring into any of the other ones. DeFi coins continuing onwards. Privacy coins looking strong. Exchange coins looking strong. And let's see what these areas are that are breaking. Cool. All right. Shitcoins, they're about to take off again. Mid caps. Dude, guys, this market is about to blow
Yeah,
up. Look at these.
mid cap
Oh my
and low
goodness.
cap look bullish.
Yes, guys, it's shitcoin season. Everybody's got their stimulus checks. Everybody's on unemployment. They're stuck at home. They're figuring out how crypto works. Again, David Portnoy over here is telling people that he's like, where is it? Where is this? I just saw this news article. I'm gonna pull this up. Dave Portnoy.
I'm
I'm coming
coming
to
to
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
This guy is a huge shiller. I'm so happy to see him in Bitcoin.
Who is this guy exactly?
Uh, he
Never heard of
is
him.
he trades stocks and commodities and stuff like that, and he's I don't I don't know, he's basically like the PewDiePie of trading, I guess
Okay,
is how I would
gotcha.
describe him.
Traditional markets,
Would you
gotcha.
agree with me, Jason?
Yeah, I actually don't know too much about Dave, but
Oh, okay. I
but
mean, he's got a huge following. He's very popular.
oh
If
yeah,
if there's
that's
anybody
why I've
watching a
heard of
show
him.
who loves him, I don't want to insult him and lose you as a viewer. But
I,
but
I
I
just
mean, yeah. So I mean, I'd call him like the PewDiePie. He's very popular. He's a little bit arrogant because of his popularity.
I just hate
But
I
he's
just
bringing that popularity to our
it's
tiny
good for
little
Bitcoin
sector
for
of the
sure.
market, which is just like $350 billion market cap. Um, crypto in general. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and look at the crypto totals. So this is the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. You can see here. So alts continuing to have money poured into them. Let's take a look at the crypto market cap including Bitcoin. Oh yeah, this baby, it's winding up. So it looks like Bitcoin is going to take off. It looks like uh, the alts, some alts might struggle uh, against Bitcoin with its Bitcoin pairing. I don't necessarily know that all alts are going to appreciate against Bitcoin, but it looks like many of them might be. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the smaller alt markets. So did we look at everything we wanted to look at here on derivative products? Did you have anything you wanted to add, Jason?
Well, one of the larger ones that because we were talking about laggards in the market, and
Yes.
it was something that Justin had pointed out and why we had bought it. But Zcash, in proportion to its movement from all-time high, is probably one of the most the biggest laggards, and
Yeah.
we do seem to be getting something out of Zcash now, which is
Yes, and if you
good,
look at Zcash
good
as
to
sort of
see.
like a multi-year market cycle of its
Yeah,
own, then it does definitely looks very strong. And privacy coins are the only basket that is doing better than Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin putting in 4% and privacy putting in 4.2.
and then you
That
had
means like so these are all related. So all
yeah,
these perp contracts are denominated in USD. So these are not the Bitcoin pairings. These are like denominated in USD. So if Bitcoin is going up, it's pulling every single one of these contracts up with it. And
yeah,
if it's down, then like mid caps have lost value against Bitcoin. Shitcoins have lost value against Bitcoin. Alts have lost value against Bitcoin. And DeFi has, so only privacy coins gain just like a little bit against Bitcoin, like
yeah.
0.2% more. So
And I think we're gonna see these things in like a staggered way, like the
yeah,
same way that we saw DeFi take its pumps and then
of
kind of
course,
cooling
yeah,
off, and now I think we're gonna start getting into privacy.
yeah.
So
And this is it's one of the things I love about looking at the contracts in this way is that it gives me a sense of just what part of the market I want to look at
yeah,
for my longs. Yeah.
what to be scanning that day? It's a
hmm
really quick way of doing that, which is brilliant.
All right, well, you know what? So privacy coins are supposedly the most bullish here, besides Bitcoin. Bitcoin is
Yeah.
probably the most bullish thing so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at some privacy coins. So let's go ahead and open up Zach. Um, actually, I guess I'll do it this way. Oh my good lord, that's so bullish. Why
Love to see
aren't
it, baby.
you long Zek?
I am long, Zach, bud. Oh, but like I
It's
was saying,
gone. It's gone. You know what? If you're watching me right
blue
now and it's
sky.
10:49 a.m., go ahead and put in a Zek long right now. I mean, yes, it's already appreciated a lot, but dude, it's probably gonna go to this area next.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that's one of those where it's
you can
almost
take
like
it. Yeah,
blue
it's
sky.
just now plowing into this low volume node. Once it breaks through this area, it'll start trading. It'll start trading up here. It's a perfect spot to take a breakout long on Zek, guys, right now.
Hmm.
So
It's why I wanted to bring it up because Zach looks
yeah.
beautiful right now.
All right. So yeah, if you're listening to me, long Zek, thank me later. I accept tips. I should probably put up a tip jar or something like that. Anyway, onwards. Zek looks really incredible. We'll put that on our watch
On to
list
the
or
next
something
one.
like that. Yep. Yeah. There's so many to look at, guys. XMR. I still love this spot, but XMR is still kind of lagging. Let's look at the weekly.
Yeah, I don't like after that hanging man candle. I think you got some more downside before
I
that.
would love to see this retested.
Yeah,
I mean, Price has loved this spot.
I agree.
The more you can get it near 7,000, you should. I don't expect much of a retest of 6,500, the 6,500 area, but if it did, I'd scoop up more. I mean, but that's the state of the market right now. So, what else we got? Beam Bitcoin. Okay, show me Beam. Ew, that's not
Ooh,
great.
ugly.
And so, is maybe Zek is like carrying the entire privacy market right now. It
Could
looks
be.
like. What are the other major privacy coins you can think of off the top of your head?
Would XLM be one?
No, Stellar is not.
No, definitely
Verge
not.
is technically a
PivX.
privacy coin.
Yeah, Verge.
Verge. I don't. I don't think Verge is doing very much today.
This is not the right market. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, we're still right down here. This is still an area that I really like for a purchase area in Verge, but we
Hmm.
haven't really moved. I think last time we were looking at it, it was worth 54. Now it's worth 52. It's basically the same price. So
I
uh,
I still think that's a good zone for
yeah,
XVG.
this is still an excellent zone for buying it. The reason we haven't opened it up for the group is that opportunity cost. Here this is like a 2 week period where price hasn't moved at all, but other places in the market are banging. Why
Yeah.
do I want to sit here in XVG and wait 3 weeks? So I'm still waiting on that. I guess let me open that back up because I just did that. So I think I'm gonna wait for a break of this trend line, and then take that upwards. And I think that's how I'm gonna play this still.
Yeah,
So
the chat
tell
filled
you
us
what.
in on a couple other ones as well. Of course, I don't know how we forgot about Monero XMR.
No,
And
we looked
We
at
t-
XMR.
we
oh, we did.
we
Okay,
talked.
well, because I
Yeah.
think we were listing privacy
Yeah,
coins, but beyond that,
you're
Dash,
probably right. Dash is not a privacy coin, is it?
somewhat geared in that realm, but maybe not entirely.
Oh, the market doesn't seem to think it's a privacy coin. No, it's not time for Dash. I don't know when Dash's time will be, but the day is
Not
not
on this day.
necessarily today.
Hey,
So
Alex,
take a look at it on the weekly.
don't you track some kind of privacy coin index? Is that on FTX or?
Yeah,
or
that we looked at that.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
That's what the
Pride
prip
perp.
perp was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pride perp.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm a little.
You know, on the this is a pretty strong weekly close because this looks like a push down into support and then we close back above it.
I think a weekly close above the at current levels would be a good indication.
Yeah, if we could just get a close above 8,000 on the weekly, I say long it, and then you could even take it up to like 10, 12,000. This is a good area to be looking to long it too, if that works out.
I don't know how well the bottom feeder algorithm works on Dash, but there might be a chance.
All right, guys, how do you feel? Do you wanna run through some shitcoins? Do you wanna look at some Uniswap stuff?
Let's see. What do you guys want in the chat? Feel free to leave a comment. You guys want to run through some mid caps, low caps, Uniswap
Well,
shitcoins?
Yeah, how about this? How about I'll run through. See, let me look again at what the market's doing
Did
here.
we do Litecoin yet?
I have not done Litecoin yet.
Yeah, we had who was it? York or someone was asking for Litecoin USDT right at the beginning of the stream.
we got Litecoin, ENJ, Matic, WAN,
Cool.
and BAT.
Well, let's get onto that. Get onto that Litecoin real quick.
You know, it's strong, but
Litecoin
it's
looks
strong
strong.
because it's following Bitcoin. This
Mhm.
this makes me think an awful lot of Bitcoin. But the thing is, you know, I hesitate for the same reason that Justin hesitated last week to take Litecoin, and that's because currently Litecoin Bitcoin value is kind of I don't know, it's just kind of trading sideways. Let's go back and take a look at that again. So I mean, but yes, Litecoin USD is bullish. Yes, you can long it here. Don't get me wrong. I believe it's going to go up in price just right along with Bitcoin.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not a bad play. So let's go back and look at Litecoin Bitcoin. So yeah, as Litecoin Bitcoin pulls back to here, which it looks like it's going to do here. So if Litecoin Bitcoin pulls back to here, during that time, you would have been better off holding Bitcoin instead of the Litecoin. Even if both are going up in value, that means Bitcoin is going up in value more. So, you know, that's one of the hard things about being a trader is figuring out, like, you know, okay, if several markets are correlated, which one is going to be the most bullish, because otherwise I'm losing alpha versus these. Like, if you take Litecoin, you're losing Bitcoin alpha, guys. You know,
Mhm.
so it's something to consider. Is Bitcoin is still the market dominant force here, and it should be measuring all your other crypto gains versus Bitcoin currently. Maybe once the flipping happens, you can measure versus Ethereum. But so yeah, that's my only hesitation on Litecoin. But Litecoin USD does look bullish in the same way that Bitcoin looks bullish.
Mhm.
Those are my feelings. All right, so we have marked out so many places that are like accumulation zones. Let's just see how they're going. Iris, I guess we were looking at it back here for a long. That seems to have worked out. I don't love this spot to be long. We might pull back to this area right here.
You're about to.
Continuation. This is a
Yeah,
nice little consolidation zone.
you're getting a take profit signal there, so.
Yeah, agreed. CTSI is looking bullish here. I think you totally pick up this spot, guys.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, I think we should probably call this for the group or something like that. This is
Yeah, that looks good.
yeah. Do you I really wanted to see even more of a pullback into this area, but this is all that we got. So, yeah, I wish we could have taken it like here or here, but this is still a good spot, and it'll still be a good spot when we break here, and it'll be a good spot when we break this, and it'll be a good spot when we break resistance here. So I think you can just pick this up. This is just looks bullish, and especially if we get a weekly close anything like this.
Oh yeah.
Unless we get a weekly close back down below, like what is this one right here? Back below like 530.
This is one of the importance of making sure that you wait till candle close as well, because you could have a sell off within the last hour of that candle and then completely invalidate your position. So jumping the gun
Bitcoin,
here.
what if
might
Bitcoin
not.
like takes off Sunday morning just completely vertically?
Yep.
All the alts dump versus it, and then we're back down here. It could happen. I've definitely
Absolutely.
seen Bitcoin pump that strong. Yeah. Which is also why you should never
Something to
trade
keep
money that you can't afford to lose, because like anything could happen.
because like one could argue you're getting a head and shoulders pattern there, and you might get a swing failure off of it. But I mean, I just like to keep those things in the back of my mind, especially when we're
Okay.
moving
Yeah.
into like a bull market that we seem to be. So
Fair enough. Okay, bit shares. We are in the accumulation zone. It looks like we're going to break down below this accumulation zone. And if we do, then I would expect we're going to pull back to this area right here, which is this is like a 10% drop right there.
about
Yeah,
the
something like that.
2,200 range, yeah.
Arter, nah. These are some of the ones that we're trading near the bottom of the range, and as you can see, they've continued to be not necessarily a great pick. They're just like still sitting there since we were talking about it earlier in the week. So, Sis still kind of hanging around. Loom hanging around.
Lumen.
LRC got a beautiful bounce off of this accumulation area. I definitely like. I was expecting it to trade more in this area. What does this look like on the weekly? I would still try and set some buys in this area. But if we start moving upwards at all, just get into LRC. Just get in. LRC is one of the very popular DeFi tokens. This
Go
is
to the daily.
okay.
See what we got there. Yeah, that's you might not see much lower than that. I mean, maybe the bottom of that where that yellow line is, maybe you'd see that range again.
That would be nice. Yeah, it looks like we might get a little bit more sideways in this area, and that would be good. But yeah, this still looks like a valid area to be accumulating on looping. And then of course, if we start breaking into new highs, then that's also the time to be buying it. So take it to this area right here, and then sky's the limit, folks. Next, BLZ. Did we end up putting up a long for the group here?
On BLZ?
Yeah.
That was the one that I was trying to get you guys to take, but no one else seemed to agree with BLZ while we were in the meeting. So
No, I agreed with BLZ. Remember, I had to leave that day. I was like, talk with, I guess Justin vetoed you.
yeah, he didn't quite like it there, so we didn't.
Well, Justin,
We didn't post it up to the
ha ha ha.
group.
Should listen to your
Yeah, that was
your juniors. Just you should listen to Jason and I.
that definitely
It's a
popped
bull
off.
market, guys. It's a bull market. So yeah, really loved this. I really love this break right here. If you can get it on the retest, then try and do that. I would just be scooping, because this is one of the stronger ones right now. So yeah, I would be scooping into this area if you can, and then probably continuation up into this area right here.
So this one is a perfect example of looking at the weekly and the daily, to where you should not be looking for anything short, but any moment that you get, say like from the Fisher on the 4 hour or anything like that, any times that you see oversold conditions, that would be the moment that you would start looking to pick some up.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody's like talking about the ideal entry. Man, at this point, I don't care if I entered here or if I entered here, if I entered here, if I entered here, or entered here, or
Exactly.
entered here. Like I'm super in profit, because like this right here is like a 25% move just
Yep.
from here to here, just from here to here. Are you telling me you won't get out of bed for a 25% move in 3 days?
Yeah, I mean,
Guys, you're
it's
sleeping on
funny.
these things if you're waiting so much for a perfect entry that you're not getting in.
I feel like in the crypto space, a lot of people do take these moves for granted as well. Like, oh, well, it's not the 100x I want, or like, dude, 25%? Are you kidding me? Like these are daily type movements. Like, it blows my mind when people get greedy with this stuff. Like, I'll take 5% all day.
I mean, if you could just make 5% a day, which is like actually like that would be incredibly
That's an
difficult.
insane
If
amount
you
of money.
if you were able to do that, like
5% a day
bravo,
compounding, dude.
bravo.
You'd be a
I don't,
millionaire in a couple months.
but like if you could do that, that would be you would basically be a billionaire in 2 years or so.
Oh yeah,
Compound
compounding.
interest, folks.
Jesus,
Math
you'd
is
be
crazy.
rich so
You know,
fast.
oh, so Raven
Raven.
is maybe about to break back up into its former trading range.
Yep.
So guys, I don't know if you
Speculatively,
bought
I would say
if
pick
you
up some
bought
Raven.
Raven's new all-time low, maybe you were a genius. I don't know.
Yeah, like I do like Raven coin, and like I might go pick myself up just for a long-term hold
That's not
here.
what I want to do. Maybe, guys.
Well,
Yeah.
B flow to that to the point of being a trader, so you don't have to get a bed. I would disagree with that a little bit in the sense that most of the people that do this actually enjoy doing it. And what I've found is I actually spend a lot less time trading now because my systems tell me. But that doesn't mean I don't spend less time looking at markets and seeing what's going on and see what I think because it's interesting to me.
I kind of love mana here.
Hmm.
Guys, I think mana's ready. This looks like one final a retest of this bottom area right here. I really like this. Really do. What do you think?
Go to the daily there. Actually go to the 12-hour for me. That's a great sign off of. I think you're gonna get continuation out of this as well.
Oh yeah, definitely at least up into this area. But like
Yep.
if we're back up in this area, then we're
I
gonna
think
break through up this area.
I
Like
think it's about
I
to
think
go
you should
now.
buy here, but if
Yep.
you're a more conservative trader, then maybe you want to buy it above 520. But I love this trade, guys. Okay, so we got mana, we've got BLZ is too late, I think.
Yeah,
So
BLZ. It should have been called when we were talking about it.
yeah. So yeah, definitely loving the looks of mana right now, folks. So
Yeah.
MTH still kind of in this
Uh,
accumulation area. It looks like it might drop down here, which is like I said, it's a 25% drop if it does that. So
not worth it.
let's take that off of the watch list for now. Still in this accumulation area. A and B. It's retested the accumulation area a couple of times on falling volume. I like this for a strong continuation here. Yeah, I would take this weekly close, especially if it's closing here above 240. I easily take this up to 320 and most likely 430. So A and B looking really good right here. A G, a G, a G.
What is it, Aji?
Yeah, man, this is a nice little movement here. So this is one that we ended up not taking because this was a retest of the bottom of its trading range. But it's done pretty well for itself nonetheless. With or without our interest, it did well for itself. So could be strong depending on weekly close. I see what this looks like. Looks potentially like a classic accumulation area.
That looks strong.
Yeah.
The thing about that one is like I like that it hit another high there, but sometimes those can be really tricky on pullback.
I like this view of it. And so like it's sort of like previous trading range, breakdown, back into the previous trading range. Maybe a little bit more sideways, break up.
Yeah, liquidity hunt.
If you're not already in an AGI, I don't know if it's a good time to enter. There's just stronger ones right now, but it's not a bad place.
I wouldn't feel good
Yeah.
telling people about that one.
Yeah, that's a cool project though. In the future, we're going to be feeding AGI quarters into our androids to do the housekeeping around the house.
You think that we're actually gonna have
This
a
is looking.
physical quarter?
I don't know. This is just Vib is just not there yet.
Well, we took a long we caught that wick up on Vib there. I posted.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's not there for like a longer term play or something like that.
No,
On lower time frames, yeah,
we're out. We wicked up, got it, and then it stopped out.
Yeah, we
profit.
made our
Nice.
money like here, I think.
Yeah, it was like nice 4%. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
QLC continuing to hit this
I think
accumulation area.
that's a strong reversal right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's done. It accumulated. So I would, and here it is on the weekly. So very, very bullish right here. That's it, folks. Time to pick up some QLC if you have not already picked up some QLC.
Yep.
You can be sure to thank me and tip me because I'm making you all fabulously wealthy live on air. So
fabulously wealthy.
yes. No. So I thought I was adding it to watch list, but it was already on the watch list. So put it back on. All right. AST. Ooh, maybe a good looking reversal spot
Yeah,
here.
that doesn't look terrible on that last chart for sure. And after five weeks of negative, I mean, I think you got a justifiable long there.
This is maybe not a bad spot to pick up AST.
I like it still.
I feel like it's going to trade up to here and then dump back down again. I'd give it a little bit longer, but this is not a bad spot. I mean, you could take this as a day trade back up to here, I bet.
Yeah. It might pop up on my 13 EMA system today, so we'll see.
Still accumulating in this consolidation area. Ren, oh, look at this beautiful tap of this accumulation area.
Yep. Nothing to do with it right now, though.
And this is what it looks like on the weekly. So it managed to retest its former high here, just tapped it, and then closed back above resistance turn support.
So could you measure those those last two wicks? What percent move is that in 2 days? Or no, it's 2 weeks. Sorry. From there. I mean, even a coin like that, like still moving 63% in 2 weeks. I mean,
what can I say, guys? Should pay attention to accumulation areas and resistance turn support and stuff like that. As you can see, they're kind of important. You can do some real trading off of those things. So anyway, yeah, I think you could pick right up here. Ren is another one of those coins that has been super bullish. It has been leading the charge on the bull market, and it looks like it just retested its previous high, and it will continue onwards. So you can't see me right now. I'm giving 2 huge thumbs up.
Gorilla cards. Most of these pairs are on Binance, but some of them are on Kraken. I mean, these are just most of the alts. So yeah, mostly just Binance and Kraken.
Probably Binance. I think a lot of these are on Bittrex. I still like Bittrex after all these years, and
Bittrex is cool.
I think Bittrex
That's the
has
only
no
other
KYC.
account I got.
Yeah, I think there's no KYC on Bittrex still to this day, or am I wrong? I haven't been on there in a long time.
Me neither.
I think they had to institute the KYC because they started doing USD trading.
Gotcha.
And you cannot do USD trading without KYC. The U.S. government just won't allow that.
Well then, Bittrex or Binance for the Shitcoin casino.
And then Uniswap if you like the down and dirty casinos like I do.
The down and dirty.
Yeah. All right. So. All right. RCN broke down below this consolidation area. So I guess we should be looking probably like maybe down here.
Yep. 294 sats. Put in your orders now.
Yeah, something like that. Nope. Next, Matic.
Is that Matic Bitcoin?
This is Matic Bitcoin.
I do believe that there is a valid bottom feeder signal on that right now that I was looking at that might be today.
I don't know. I feel like it wants to get that out of here.
That does look
maybe down to here.
There, but yeah, we have a bottom feeder signal on Matic up to 205 sat.
Whoops. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about these trend lines. These trend lines are only they're just drawn off of like these weekly closes. That's why it looks so weird on the daily because So yeah, Matic's not there. I don't like it. All right, someone is DMing me about the bottom feeder signal on Bitcoin. So I'll show you again. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, somebody was asking earlier in the chat, I think it was RK, he was saying, would it be a good idea to enter a long BTC USD at today's close? This might kind of play into your bottom feeder recap here.
Well,
I mean,
in the terms of the bottom feeder signal, you should be already in it. Like, it's a little too
I
late.
look, that really depends on your time frame that you're trading on. Am I sure that Bitcoin's not going to pull back a little bit more here, or like maybe even down here? No, I'm not 100% sure. It's like if you're trading margin, you could get like totally fucked on that. Like I don't know, but if you're just want to know if it's time, can I buy some spot Bitcoin here? Am I probably protected? Yeah, dude, buy away. Like
Yeah.
you're totally cool buying it here on the daily close. The bottom feeder signal was back here on
11,230.
this daily close, so you
ele-
would have gotten in around like 11.
11,237 was the
Yeah.
trigger on that one.
So you would have entered sometime yesterday on this candle, and then today this has happened. So yeah, RK, that's
got-
where
Gotta love bottom feeder, baby. Gotta love it.
it's very nice. Yes. Onwards, back to shitcoins.
Big fan.
I'm just not running through these fast enough. There's just so many shitcoins out there right now.
You probably want to turn bottom feeder
Let's
off.
see. Maybe pull back to this right here, but bullish, I think. Bullish continuation. Thank you for reminding me. Pulling back on decreasing volume, but still not quite ready. I want to see a movement off of this. Maybe. Lower time frames. Nice retest of this consolidation area here, and the point of control. I feel like it should really pull back a little bit more.
Yeah.
I want to see pull back more. Next, fun, not fun. I
think you're
told you
gonna.
guys. I
Yeah,
told you to say no to fun, and
I don't
fun is
think-
still just not doing it. I feel like there's so many gambling oriented cryptos out there right now, and there are so many gambling oriented masternode and staking proof of stake ones, and just lots of different implementations of it. So far the market just doesn't seem to be super interested in it. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't have anything like against crypto gambling or something like that. The market just doesn't seem interested.
We've got, for the next one, if you could, T-Dub is asking for CHR BTC. Could you look up CHR?
You guys gonna get us into some shit coins here? No, it's on Binance. I don't like that at
That's
all.
Chromia.
I
See
think.
here.
I guess
Yeah,
pull
it's on
back
Binance.
a bit more, and then in case we don't get a pullback, I would be looking at this trend, and then if this broke, if price broke this downward trend and started trading beyond it, then you could take that long. I'd look to take it to this area to start out with,
Around 640.
like right around here. Like so,
Yep.
like we'll assume that it'll make like a lower high, and then like I'd put a stop at break even and see if I can take it further. That's how I would play this going forward, because this is quite a bullish movement out of this. So it may need to settle down, or it may continue onwards where this is like wave 1, wave 2, and then a big wave 3 before it finally crashes down. So I can't say for sure, but I would wait to see if you can either pick it up down here or pick it up after this breaks. That's my advice on how to play this. Okay. Well, onwards.
Let's check out H bar for
Food patient. Yeah, he's looking for H bar, the Bitcoin pairing, please.
All right. Fine. Oops. That's pretty fucking ugly, dude. Yeah, just say no,
Yeah.
man.
I thought
H
H bar
bar
was
does
the
not.
next link. What happened?
Yeah,
Well,
H bar. Yeah,
doesn't look
just say
strong
no,
here.
man. I
Even if it reverses here, that's not your trade. That's the risk to reward there is just not there.
expect it to end up back down in this area.
Yeah.
Just say no. Okay.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at our leader link there.
We will. We will. Okay. Well, we will get there.
Lend
This
looks
is
good.
1, 2, 3. This could be time for a pullback on Lend here. I would see if we can try and catch Lend all the way back down here. Like this is like just oversold. It's technically oversold. What would that look like? So we would have thought like this was sort of this is sort of the daily trend, but that's broken. But it could be like the trend still hadn't like fully formed yet, and this is the sort of trend. I just I think Lend is just it's over. There's just a lot going on with it. I want more of a pullback on it. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm foolish here, but it's not ready yet. CDT not ready yet. Altex not ready yet. Still kind of accumulating above this kind of resistance area here. So see resistance, break above, fake out, resistance. True break, holding above this resistance line. So this is 60 right here. So that's one interpretation of what's happening right here. And so we'll see how this plays out. I think I want to buy this as it breaks back above this area before time to play that. Birds we talked about. Whopper. Bottom is trading range. IOST. Bottom of his trading range. Still kind of hanging around in this accumulation area. Doc, very bullish looking. Ooh,
Doc was on my list for yesterday, but I didn't. With the move of BTC that I expected due to the bottom feeder and a couple other signals, I decided to only take USDT pairings yesterday. But Doc was definitely on the list yesterday.
Yeah, guys, I think you should totes take Doc right here. This is another killer trade. Take it here, sell it up here, which is like kind of movement is that 150. Yep, sell it up in this area, and then name your firstborn child after me, however you decide to celebrate your glorious gains that you have gotten from listening to our show. Next.
Funny thing that you actually were the one that taught me where the word Alexander came from. I did not know it was Iskandar.
I was also as the owner of the name, I was also surprised to learn that.
I think that's a cool story.
I think so too. I do like this spot. A lot of volume coming in here, and that looks good here. It's if you look over here, it's like sellers just get exhausted. There's just no more selling volume anymore. It's whoever was selling all this stuff, they ran out of stuff to sell. So we're getting a lot of very bullish movement in here. I like this spot. I would probably take a break of 43, like another close up there. Singles Bitcoin, super fucking ugly. I don't.
Yep. Don't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. I do like the decreasing volume, but it's just not ready.
You're also
One. So, I'm still in this one trade. I've been in this trade since like over here, and this is a really strong weekly sell signal. Like,
yeah. I think you're beginning to go into the first wave of the downtrend for that on accumulation.
yeah,
So
maybe we should like pull back to this area. Like maybe I'll finally dump the one
take some
Bitcoin long.
Yeah, I would say that's the right move. That's a pretty good weekly sell signal from time transformation.
Yeah. So resistance, reaccumulation, break, retest.
Take your money, look out for the next trade, and then when it comes back down, catch it again.
Yeah. DNT, nope.
That looks like reversal territory, but I don't want to take it.
Oh, this is beautiful right here, guys.
ZRX USDT. Oh, that's ZIL. Okay,
Isn't that beautiful right here? Look at that.
that does look good.
So, yeah, I would totally take ZIL here, as a potential trade.
We'll definitely see if that one pops up today.
It's kind of beautiful out. It's kind of beautiful, guys.
Have we looked at Link yet, by any chance?
We have not.
We have not looked at Link yet, but tell you what, I
T-Dub,
will.
T-Dub saying throw the link up. Let's see the link. I think we hit.
Fine,
I think we
fine, we'll look at
crossed
Link.
over all-time highs last night, so my link bags
Yeah,
are
I
looking
so,
mega
yeah.
healthy.
Nope, not quite.
Not to.
Or at least not on Bitcoin. Not on Bitcoin dominance.
To say, and you can go back and look at the stream. I said I really do think Link's gonna get a double top formation out of this.
Oh, that's right. So in this area right here, I think I gave a trade signal.
We did.
So
We definitely told people to pick Link up there, and I was saying take it to the top of that range. I think you're gonna see a swing failure pattern out of Link.
and look how beautiful that was, guys. It's kind of hard to see against this chart because there's so many lines on my chart at this point. I tell you what, let me delete this for right now.
So anyone who
There we
listened
go.
to that definitely would have made out like a bandit.
Yeah, told you. This was the area where we entered right up here, and set the stop below it, and then that's how you build trade setups, guys. It's not rocket science. I would love to, hopefully watching me do this, you see, I often look for the same things over and over and over, and then price often acts predictably in those spots. Just I only need an edge on the market. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for an edge on the market. Like normally you got a 50-50 shot of being right. And then you use like, this is a break of resistance, this is a break of support, like we're looking for a bounce here. Those give you edges on the market. Like, okay, well, now I've got a good idea of what's going to happen for the next couple of days because this thing just happened.
And
So that's how you go about building these trade setups in that way.
and that gives you a reasonable setup in case that you are wrong, because the whole point of this is to minimize your loss. I wish people would look at trading in the sense of not making money, but minimizing risk, minimizing loss. Like if you do it that way, you're going to end up being a profitable trader.
Mm-hmm. I guess Chainlink is technically bullish here. I feel
I feel like that initial move has been missed for me.
everything else in the market is so bullish. I think it'd be a little foolish to be like, oh no, but Link is gonna pull back. Everything else I said, if everything else I pointed out is bearish except Link. But I mean, Link is a little overbought here
but
in this area.
I don't like it for an entry here. If you're not in Link already, I wouldn't be looking to be taking a position there.
Yeah,
But
I also
you
don't
could
like.
absolutely get continuation out of this, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you could pick it. If Link pulls back down in this area and you picked up here, I think you'd be okay because even if it broke down, it would come back up and test this area a little bit and you could dump it. But I would either long up here or back down here, but not this spot. Yeah.
Long new all-time high.
Yeah. Where were we? Okay. Yo. Still accumulating in this area. It looks like it wants to retest this area down here.
Yep, that's gonna break down.
Same story for Go. It looks like almost identical chart in some ways.
Go buy something else.
Request network. Still hanging out in this accumulation area. I like this spot to like be picking it up now, kind of. So we've got a nice break of this trend, and I wouldn't be surprised for us to like now retest back down here, just kind of shake these buyers out before we get a continuation upwards. What does that look like on the weekly? So yeah, so it'll just kind of like continue to wander down here on the weekly and then move upwards. So yeah, definitely be picking up request network in this spot. I'll go ahead and mark this down that I told you to be picking up request network in this spot right here. Good enough. And then we'll all, like next time I'm on the air, we'll look at it and I'll either, crow in victory or shish or lower my head in defeat. We'll see. Seller, We did almost get a pullback into this area, but not quite.
I still like that zone though.
Yeah, I would much rather be long in this spot than anything else, though. Me, it feels like, yeah. I don't know. I think I would probably be buying this area. If we could get back down here, then great. But it looks like we might not make it. Next, Myth looks like it wants to pull back just a touch more, maybe down to here. OST wants to pull back more, probably down to this area, I would imagine. Quant Stamp. Has this maybe pulled back enough here? Let's. Love this exit signal, don't you?
Yeah, you gotta love time transformation on that one. And like the same thing that we were discussing, and there was another chart that looked exactly like that, giving us that weekly doji with the sell signal, and that's why I'm like, that's why I would prefer to stay out of that. Like when you get great signals like that, just give them time, man. They're usually right.
Yeah. I think I would like to see us pull back a little bit more to this area down here.
Yeah, that top shelf of that other accumulation zone. That
Cork chain. I don't know. Looks like it's gonna break down out of this accumulation area. Maybe retest this area. Possible. Or maybe this is a nice strong accumulation area right here. So this is the next possible zone if this does not hold. All right. Sun M, probably going to retest this area right here. Not interested in it right now. SNT still hanging out in this accumulation area. Looks like it's probably going to break down to this area. TO. Still hanging out at the bottom trading range. Probably going to retest this area. TRX. I think I would like to see it retest this bottom area again. Matic, we looked at RNC. Okay, boom. Finish the low sats. Any more requests out there, or shall I go through? Let's tell you what. Let's take a look at a few Uniswap tokens. All right, guys, if you're listening to me right now, throw up the Uniswap tokens that you want me to look at. I'm going to look at a couple that I'm interested in, and then we can look at the ones that you guys are interested in. Because I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a brand new world. So one thing I'm looking at right now is YFI still. I've actually been looking at this for a few days. So let's look at this on lower time frame. If you remember a while back, we went long on YFI in this consolidation area right here. We were talking about this in the group. We're like, hey, this is a good time to go long. So this happened, which was a nice little movement, although it's not like you can take profits on Uniswap. So I don't think anybody here caught a wick or anything like that. But you could have taken it up to this area right here. And there's just a nice long time to be able to have dumped this long. So I feel good about that one. Right now, it appears we've just kind of pulled back, retested that consolidation area, and have broken above this this trend line that I've drawn out right here. So I feel fairly bullish on Wi-Fi to continue here for like a further continuation. Let's see.
I like that chart. I think you're gonna get continuation out of that for sure.
Yeah, I've been hearing things about STA. Ooh, this looks nice.
Stop at.
What's this look like? I really like this. I think you can take this probably up to.
Is that the 4 hour or the daily there?
It's the 4 hour. Let's see what it looks like on the daily. Yeah, that's kind of beautiful looking. Not gonna lie. And then probably on the daily, I would draw this more as like an ascending triangle. But either way, yeah, you could totally. I would take stop up to this area. This is actually like a good looking one. So you're gonna save this TA because
Save those 2 lines, huh?
yeah. So all right. So yeah. So it's not like TradingView where every time I go back, my TA is still there. Like if I leave here, I'm gonna come back and there's no more TA. So what else we'll look at? So there's STA, there's XD. Deck. Let's check a lower time frame. I don't know, not quite there yet. Like, you know, I don't look at this and it does not scream to me like, hey, long here. So I don't know, maybe it will follow some of the other. Oh, we do have a break of the trend here. That's a surprise. It didn't look like it, you know, before I was measuring it. What that look like?
Possibly.
Uh,
I still don't like that chart though.
yeah, I hear you. I mean, that I would prefer the YFI one, but
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is totally valid. Like, this is definitely a falling wedge into this previous consolidation area right here. So maybe.
Maybe.
Consolidation area. Stop it. Drop the box. Drop it. Drop it.
The dogs.
All right, never mind, guys. You guys know where I'm trying to put the box. You're not stupid. Okay. Next one. So this is one we talked a little bit about we talked a little bit about this in the community. So this coin just okay, so it's not on Uniswap Vision. So this coin just dropped earlier this week. It's a DeFi privacy token. Kind of taking it as a long shot moonshot. It's existed for a couple days, XFT. So yeah, I think it's the season to be, you know, buying low market cap stuff with a very, very small percentage, like, you know, maybe like a 1% thing. And then just kind of see where they go. You know, if it goes to zero, then, you know, it's like a normal trade. You lost 1%. And then if it does 5x or 10x, then like, hey, it's like a phenomenal trade. It's like you gain 5% on your account. So you know, it's kind of the way I would encourage you guys to play things like XFT right here. Yeah.
I'm going to quickly
So
answer Loot Patient's question in the chat. How are you getting those Uniswap V2 pairings on TradingView? This is not TradingView. This is chartx.pro. That's chartex.pro is what we're
the
using.
2 places exactly. So I use chartx.pro.
Here we go.
And
I'm going to paste it into the live chat. Here we go. If anybody wants to chart some of these lesser known only Uniswap type tokens, this is really useful charting for that. So I hope that answers your question, Loot Patient.
yeah, and then this other one is uniswap.vision. So those are the 2 places. So if you notice, I tried to find XFT on Uniswap.vision, and it just which is Offshift is the name of it, and it just wasn't on here. So I had to go onto chartx.pro. So
It does
yeah,
look
it's
a lot like
still
TradingView.
all the Uniswap charting platforms are still kind of newish and buggy, but you take what you can get. So any other Uniswap coins you guys want me to look at?
I think we're good for now. S180XT was saying we got shitcoin overload on the stream. Maybe we need to dip into, I think he was asking for Forex, some of the commodities. Maybe you could run
Sure,
through
that's
that.
a
And
great
in
point.
fact,
Let's do that.
yeah, in fact, before you get into that, I'm just going to shout out to Iron Cac. He was in the chat yesterday, and
I
he
know
had,
he wants us to look at AF.
he wants us to look at AF, which I think is Air France. So if you could start off with Air France, just because we left him hanging during yesterday's stream. We never got to Air France. So please, if you could, Alex, look at Air France.
Okay. I hope he means Air France and not Aeroflot.
Air
Sure,
France
sure.
KLM is the right one.
Gotcha.
Okay. Hmm. Man, if you had picked it up yesterday, what a great buy. We did get a time transformation signal yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, that would have been a real hero buy. We got an earnings report that came in. Surprise down 113. How does earnings fall 113%? Oh, it must have been like positive, and then it went to 0, and then it's negative also.
Yeah.
So that's like 113% negative. Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense. Let's take a look at the weekly.
I mean, that is a bottom.
Actually, this is not a bad area to be buying in, I think. If you are a reversal trader, then this does kind of look like we've retested this accumulation area right here. You can kind of see on VPVR.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a bad place to be picking it up, especially if if you're truly invested in this company, like this is a good price.
Um, if you think that I do not know about Air France, and this is so dependent on news and fundamentals and stuff right now, guys, because
all that stuff.
the airline industry is being torn apart by the pandemic. People aren't flying. You all know this. There's a reason that the price is as low as it is. But
Doesn't mean it can't keep going lower.
yeah, if you think Air France is gonna be subsidized a little bit by the government, which, hey, let's face it, it probably will be. I don't think France wants Air France to go away any more than the U.S. wanted American Airlines or Delta and stuff to go away. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Air France survived in some way or form. But if they went through some sort of bankruptcy first, then you probably get screwed holding their stock. So,
Yep.
like I said, like Jason was saying, if you believe in them, then this is a good area to be buying in. Yes, definitely. But like, should you believe in them?
Yeah, that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Like with what's going on with the pandemic and industry and everything right now, a lot of things are really unpredictable, man. And there could be a gigantic liquidation of companies that are in all different sectors. And the airline industry is one of those ones that I'm like, I'm just not so sure about myself.
Yeah, I mean they're always teetering on the edge, even in good times. So
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like what Alex brought up is a perfect point because yes, maybe some of these businesses do survive through whether it be some kind of grant from the government or a buyout of something like that. But then that likely would lead them to file bankruptcy to where the stock that you have is actually worthless. And then that gets renamed something else or something like that. So there's a lot of,
yeah,
let's be
there's a lot
honest,
of uncertainty,
fuckery that
but
could happen.
no risk, no reward, I guess. These are times to maybe be snatching up these stocks at a bargain. Now, in that vein, Iron Cac, I hope it answered your question with the Air France analysis a little bit. Although, according to Iron Cac, he's pretty bullish on them. He says he's
Yeah,
been
he's been buying
buying.
the last 3 days.
Yeah,
Okay, well
He has
if
been rewarded.
been
then
rewarded.
in that case, you're right. Like, it was a perfect buying opportunity, and I as a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you could take this area like back up to here. I don't think it's going to be all down. As a matter of fact, we've had many weeks of down. Maybe it's just a good time to buy it, and then you could even take it. I bet you could take it up to like 420, man, at least 420, maybe 450, and that's a solid like 30% trade right there.
And don't get greedy with that because once it hits points like that, like I think it's very important that you take off some profit and move your stop loss to break even because we just don't know with these airlines and these different companies. So make sure you lock in your profit. Don't expect this to be the moonshot of all airlines. I mean, even if it is, that's a silly way to think about it. 1%.
Yeah, on the monthly though, like, man, like what a
Yeah,
buy.
what it's
Like,
the first green candle in what?
yeah,
Months?
the last time this was
A year?
yeah, exactly. It's been first green candle since November. Last November was the last time that that Air France was not worth less than next month.
In that
Anyway, yeah, okay,
In
good
that
one. So,
vein, Iron Cac also said the Dutch and French governments have 10 billion in conditional loans for them, so potentially, some government support already inbound, and I also
You'd
noticed
assume so.
as we're talking about airlines, somebody mentioned, yes, this is breaking news today, that Virgin Atlantic Airlines files for U.S. bankruptcy protection. So
Yep.
Virgin Atlantic is running out of money.
And then the government's going to decide they're too big to die, huh?
Virgin Galactic.
Atlantic in this case, but yeah, you might as well give the money to Musk and have him build the space rockets for us already.
What's the code for Virgin Atlantic? I want to look at this. That's Vanguard. All right, well, fine. If no one's gonna tell me.
SPC. Hold on. Oh no, that's
No,
Virgin
that's
Galactic.
Virgin
Yeah,
Galactic.
yeah, my bad. What's Virgin Atlantic, guys? Anybody in the chat know what Virgin Atlantic is? How come Google's not coming up? All I see is SPCE coming up.
SVG?
No, this is still Virgin Galactic. Here.
Galactic only come up.
It still doesn't give me the
Well,
fucking.
it says Virgin Atlantic's a private company.
Huh. Yeah.
Hmm.
Virgin Atlantic Airways.
Maybe it's all under SPCE.
Yep. Files for Chapter 15 petition. Rescue. Yeah, it seems like it's a private company. So who cares? Good riddance.
We don't need you.
All right. That's right. Let's look at Forex and stuff. Plow through that real quick. Aussie continuing to appreciate against the yen here. I don't know, it seems like we're just not able to make some more lows here. I don't like entry here. I would want to wait for a break on the high just to make sure this isn't like kind of a fake out here. I worry about there being the need for a pullback on this. But you know, I guess we'll see. So I definitely I want to see a break of these highs, like boom, 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 and then if we got that, then I would long that with extreme aggression. Aussie New Zealand strong, Aussie CAD. I think I told people they could enter a short here. How did that work out? So I think that was based off of these, like boom, boom, boom. So I guess I'll have to zoom in here to be able to see. Where'd it go? Okay. You're slightly in profit. I don't know if it's necessarily the trade of the century. I guess we'll have to see if we break down more from here. But it's looking like the Aussie might be on the verge of pulling back on a lot of these pairs. So I'd be careful about entering, except for the Aussie Canadian, or except for the Aussie US. I guess the US is just doing so poorly right now. Canadian doing poorly versus the Swissy. Canadian strong versus yen. Swissy very strong versus yen. I would totally enter right here. It looks like it's just it's gone. Euro, Australian dollar, still kind of sideways. Euro appreciating more against the Australian dollar over the last few weeks. So we can think of this area as like maybe are we retesting broken resistance? So on the monthly, like we've already broken that. Yep, support, resistance, consolidation area, resistance, fake out, break above resistance. So, I mean,
Could be the
knowing what we
breakout.
know about the economies of these countries, I guess we shouldn't be surprised if the euro continues to appreciate versus the Canadian dollar. Um, we'll see. Euro Swissy. I think this is asking for a pullback to this area right here. So I think that's look like here. Yeah, let's see a pullback to there. I think. Ooh, Euro Kiwi is just unstoppable right now. You gotta love trend lines sometimes. I tell you, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna take the retest this trend line. Bah, kind of beautiful.
Yeah, the
This
euro.
little retest to this
Euro.
consolidation area right here. Break, retest consolidation, continue onwards. I bet you could still. We're probably gonna trade sideways in this area for a while right here. But I bet you could still take it up to like 185. Euro, British pound. Ultimately bullish, I think. I don't think we should be surprised. Britain is pretty screwed with Brexit and everything like that still, as we all know. Euro, JPY. I guess the yen is just doing horribly because everything versus the yen is
Yeah. Everything.
yeah.
The euro's also
Euro
doing well.
USD.
The euro's doing well to everything.
Yeah. Great British pound. New Zealand mostly sideways. Canadian mostly sideways. British pound. Swissy. Just more sideways, guys. I guess they're both equally bad or equally good. Apparently, the world thinks more highly of Britain right now than Japan, though. So that's something they got going for them. Oh, look at this on the monthly though. It's like there's a
Looking at
major trade in the offing.
looking at that tells me that the yen is probably going to be devalued even more, or the British pound is just going to take off.
Yeah.
But doesn't look strong for the yen.
Yeah, I think the British pound yen here is strong. I guess basically the yen is so weak is
Yeah.
really how we should look at it. Same here for USD. USD is looking so weak right here that the British pound is strong versus it, which is incredible because the British pound is so weak.
Yeah, but I think the U.S. dollar is the weakest asset right now.
Yeah. Yep. Swissy USD is up. New Zealand Canadian is down. I would actually expect to see another retest this area. NCD Swissy down. Expect more down. Kiwi JPY is trading sideways, but it looks like I would not be surprised to see a long signal here on TT, and then maybe upwards. Maybe maybe the yen is going to do even worse.
It does appear that way.
USD versus Canadian dollar. Very very sad days.
I was gonna say the Canadian and the U.S. dollar are the two weakest ones.
Yeah.
How we doing?
But guys, Americans have never been able to buy poutine any cheaper, so something to think
Ooh.
about. Like there's it's got some benefits here. So, maybe what we should
Great.
consider here is that this is mm, 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 mm. I don't know. I feel like looking at this reminds me a lot of where was it? Here. This reminds me of this. So, Euro NZD, we had all this consolidation, break, trading downwards, retest this area. And what was I just looking at?
The U.S. dollar Canadian.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Very similar price action. Trying to retest this area. I'm hoping that it will just continue onwards here. I mean, I'm hoping so because this is like our currency. This is like our money right now. So I am hoping that this is what the U.S. dollar does.
This is my pride.
Yes. And as I showed you guys, this is very similar price action, but there's just For right now, the dollar is weak, and I think we should consider it to continue to be weak until we see evidence to the contrary. USD sliding against the Swissy. Ugh, USD sliding against the yen. That should tell you how
Sliding
bad
against the
things are here for
yen.
US.
Wow. Yeah.
Aussie, Swissy, more sideways. I expect to pull back actually. So I don't know if that means the Swissy is going to get stronger, the Aussie is going to get weaker, but I would expect us to end up back down here. Swissy very strong versus the USD. As you can see, we're still sliding, maybe back down to here, and this area right here. Boom, boom,
It
boom.
is a
We'll see.
bloodbath for USD pairings.
All right, so those are the FX pairs. Let's really quickly run through commodities. I'll look at the traditional markets real quick, and then we'll call it a day. That's 2 hours.
Yep, for sure.
So I was hearing something in there about someone saying that that bomb that went off took a big hit to the wheat supply. So I'd be curious to see what if that's true, if wheat took any kind of hit.
Yeah, let's get through the commodities and maybe a couple of precious metals, and then I still have a question here from Gambit we're going to touch on. So Gambit, hang on, we're going to answer your outstanding questions.
Gold, unstoppable.
Love it.
Nothing more to say. Just
Like-
unstoppable.
like-
And
It's like Mike Maloney was on to something.
did you guys like that ascending triangle you saw me draw? See what happened? See what happened? Huh? See what happened? That's why you gotta watch stuff like this, guys.
From time to time, it plays
No,
out.
all right. Palladium has not pulled back to where I thought it was going to pull back. I would hate to think we missed out on an ideal entry. Looks like we just kind of hit like the top of this area right here. But yeah, I guess I would not enter at this spot. I would probably enter up here if it continues onwards. But I really like to try and catch it down here if we can. Silver, unstoppable. Breaking through this super strong resistance that you can see if we look back here, entering this previous trading range. I would actually expect that we may never see
20s. Yeah.
like silver
$20
under
silver
$20
again.
again, because if
Yeah.
we're above this low volume node, it's really hard for price to trade back down here. Price does not like to travel through low volume nodes, and when it does, it travels through very rapidly. They're like areas
Like butter.
where people just don't like that price for silver. I've explained that. If silver is worth more than $25, silver is basically worth $30 in people's minds. It's like $27 silver. This is basically $30 silver. It's like
Yep.
mentally they sort of round it up. That's kind of how I think about it, but that's how the market dynamics works. Price doesn't like that area. So as you can see, price broke through it over here very, very quickly. Why? Because price doesn't like this area. So price got here, resistance, and then there's a lot of buyers here and just took it right through. So see, platinum, finally a little bit of bullish movement on platinum, which as we all know has been much lagging basically the entire rest of the rest of the precious metals market. Someone was saying that they think there's a heavy amount of manipulation going on in the platinum market, and frankly,
And palladium.
I wouldn't be
market, I heard.
surprised. I hate to blame market mechanics on manipulation, but the precious metal markets are notoriously manipulated by governments for their benefit, for incredibly large banking is for their benefit. So yeah, I'll buy that. Sure, maybe that's why platinum's price is so depressed. But for right now, yeah, I just
That's not something I can chart though, so I
yeah,
don't worry about it.
unless you have some sort of trading thesis, like what's going on in platinum development or something like that, and stuff's gonna get more bullish. Like I'd be buying, still more gold and more silver, more palladium too. God, that looks so bullish right here. All right, onwards. Zalzag, gold continuing to gain against silver, as you can see. Zalzag is falling. So
That just
gold's where
goes to
it's at.
show. That just goes to show you how much gold's outpacing it at the moment because silver's doing well too. Like
What a fake out on Brent crude. I was like ready to go long in this area. It looked like
I think
totally fit.
I think
Like
Justin
like a
got
total
stopped
failure.
out on that.
Well, and you know what? I don't want to say like I talked Justin into the trade, but I was definitely like, you got to look at this, man. I mean, come on, look how bearish that is.
Yeah,
But
I remember the discussion.
yeah, so yeah, mea culpa if you guys stopped out on this trade, guys. It looks bearish to me. I mean, we were below the baseline, we had all the signs, but yeah, I definitely this is a total breakout trade now in the opposite direction. As you can see, if we zoom in here, we've broken this previous high today. We did that today. Yeah, I would enter Brent crude oil, probably WTI also. Maybe we'll take a look at that. This is gold, guys. So take that along with extreme prejudice. I can set my stop, but you can set your stop just down here, and maybe even take it up to like $50, $55. It's a nice low volume area. Corn, mostly down, a little up today. Natural gas continuing upwards. I think I mentioned last week, like in this area, the natural gas is looking really bullish. So gratified to see that playing out currently. Next, soybeans, sugar, WTI, like I said, we are starting to see this appreciate along with Brent crude, also breaking resistance today. Very good entry still, and TT giving a nice hidden divergence oversold signal down here. So yeah, I would say you definitely probably firing on all signals right there. Let's pull out
WTI looks better than Brent crude to me.
yeah.
Just
The
that
only problem is that we're still under the baseline, but I'd be willing to forgive it for this break of resistance.
and a new high, yeah.
Yeah. Wheat, nope. Wheat is basically down.
Yeah, you'd think that if someone blew up a ply of wheat, it would go up.
Aussies are vaguely bullish. Not interested. China, I wanted to enter here for a long. I wish we were seeing more bullish appreciation because this area is
It looks like we'd be up from where we discussed, though.
yeah, we're definitely up from where we discussed. So this area is a nice little we gotta turn this off now. Nice little retest of previous all-time highs of the Chinese market. So I think it's a good area to pick it up. I mean, I can show you chart after chart after chart where when something makes a new all-time high, it keeps running for a while. I mean, think of Link. We talked about Tesla the other day. You can go look at AMD right now. I could point out like dozens of these things, but it's a nice little market mechanic that when you see something making new all-time high, you're just like, okay, well, let me buy that and ride this wave along with everybody else. Make some money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Euro 50, not super bullish.
No, I don't like that.
No, this looks to me like, yeah. I think not. Yeah, okay. So sometimes you get like areas like this, you're like not sure how to draw things, but keep in mind, like especially in traditional markets, they know people are drawing these things and then they will fake them out. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you want to think of that trend lines as less helpful. I just prefer to think of it as, they're just like give you a guide to how to view price and what's going on right now. It's not the be all end all, certainly, but it definitely looks like a breakdown of this to me. I think you could probably take it down to I would either want to short down to this area or accumulate in this area, depending on how you feel. Maybe you live in Europe right now. You want to know when to start buying some index again, and I'd start buying around there. Same story with France. I bet if we draw this out, this is also a break a trend. Yeah. It's also a nice little fake out here. Yeah. Similar story. It's a kind of an up day, but I think it's like price is just kind of like hanging on by a thread. Where'd that go? My line just disappeared. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging on by a thread right here. I would not be long unless we got back above. If we made a new high, maybe I'd long it. Otherwise, I'd be looking to short down in this area, or just maybe go flat in this area depending on how you trade.
It's the exact same scenario as the rest of them.
Hong Kong looking bullish. I like this for a continuation up into this area right here. It'll depend a little bit on this weekly close, but I mean, this looks strong to me. Like it retested this consolidation area right here. Nice point of control touch. Some TT signals. Yeah, this looks strong to me. Hong Kong is a possibility, and we also got a break of this trend. Next, strong potential bounce off support or resistance turn support. I don't know. This area is kind of a consolidation area on its own, but if you got a TC signal and you took it long, I think that could potentially be smart. Let's see if this is obeying any trends right now.
It hasn't broke any trend, I don't think. I think this is the exact same pattern as before that you were pointing out, just this one has not been broken yet.
Yeah. Not quite broken yet. Like maybe we're getting a bounce off this area. I wouldn't be short or anything like that. But at the same time, maybe the Indian market is just like lagging here, and then when it does break it, then we can take it down to this area. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like
A similar pattern to what's happening
this,
with the rest
you
of
got to
them.
understand, like it's world news that is going to determine what happens. It's like like global movements. So
Yep.
the technicals can give us a sense of what direction it's going to go, but I don't know why it's going to happen. Like maybe some more governments are going to announce extra lockdowns. It's going to send people into a panic. It's going to send us back down here. I don't know what's going to, or maybe people are just going to start feeling like uh next quarter rolls around, maybe we trade sideways and next quarter rolls around and they're just like, yeah, this is not improving at all. I don't know. So Japan, this is also, I think, a clear break of trend. Let's see. It's just actually really ugly in general. More sideways trading after the break of this trend.
Yeah, I think that
I mean,
it's a strange one because it just goes sideways there. That's a tough
yeah.
All right, what do you guys think? Time to head for the home stretch. Could you get maybe to a couple of Gambit's questions, or do you
What was
or do you want to finish up your international markets here?
Actually, I should just look at our markets real quick. Dow Jones, I think, looks very bullish here. I'd be wanting to take this long. Yeah, I like this. I do. This looks to me like where's our trend here? Where is our trend? This looks to me like our trend has held. Got this here, so that was like the fake out for everybody else. We'll see how this goes here. Like I really want to see like a little bit more of a breakup, but we could get that in a day or two. The weekly looks very strong right here. We're getting a nice weekly. Got just I think this was last week actually. We got a confirmation of this bottoming above zero on time transformation, which is always bullish. So let's take a look real quick at Nasdaq. To be making new highs. I would imagine that now is a good time to get back into tech stocks if you took a break for a couple weeks there. Let's take a look at S&P. Continuing onwards. I guess yeah, this market's melting upwards, guys.
so bizarre.
I'm afraid we might go parabolic or something like that, and that would be utterly devastating for our economy if that happened. As we all know
I
what happens
agree.
to parabolic charts. They end up about down 80% from their highs. It's just it's like one of those laws of the market. Bitcoin went down like 87% from its parabolic highs, as we all know just recently. So that would be very devastating to the U.S. and the broader world market economies if we went parabolic. But you know, They didn't put me in charge of the levers of this economy. They put some asshole Goldman Sachs member in charge. So have
Here,
at it,
here.
guys.
Here, here.
Have at it.
All right. Gambit, thanks for waiting so long, Gambit. We're gonna throw on your request real quickly. He was asking about DGB. Could you throw up DGB real quick?
Let's put us a Digibyte. All right.
Digibyte.
Meh. Guys, there's just so many much more bullish tokens to be in right now. I don't know why you would choose to be in DGB, man. It's there's so many different choices. Let me see if I can get a better chart here. Mm,
I wouldn't draw that from there. I would probably take it from that low there.
like this.
Yeah, it's gonna slant. Yeah, back a little bit more. I think that's a very good ascending triangle. Or
Yeah,
just
this is very ascending triangle-y with like this area being the
yep.
resistance of the triangle.
And I mean, if you look at the statistics of those chart patterns, it's usually around 70 to 75% on the breakup. So
Yeah.
right there could have been the attempted breakout and failure.
Yeah.
And so
We could get a throwback down to this area.
Yeah.
I would either take it long on like a break, a true break of 260, of 265, or maybe try and pick it up back down here. But I wouldn't long it here, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a waiting game at this point.
Yeah, and there's so much opportunity cost here. Like let's say you bought it like here, like for the break of this ascending triangle. That's like July 5th. That's a month ago, and
Yeah.
you're still waiting here.
It's a lot of time.
So yeah, wait for a break.
It's gonna happen in either direction.
All right. Well, thanks for covering Digibyte. Gambit, hope that answers your question. He's got a second question, which was DEC, which I wasn't even sure what that is. You guys familiar with Dorico?
I think he did deck
We
one.
looked at DEC.
Did we?
Yeah,
Okay.
This one, dude.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, we did look
Yep.
at DEC, my man.
Get out of
I
here.
hope that answers your question. And finally, he was asking, do you guys know Marius Landman? Do you guys know what Marius Landman? You guys know who Marius Landman is?
Used to live next to that guy.
Marius
I have no idea who that is.
Landman. Let's just quickly check what he's famous for. Bitcoin analyst looking. He specializes in algorithmic sequences, mathematical equations, and time cycles. No, I'm guessing he's some kind of forecaster. We would have to take a look at
Sounds like
him.
he's
Maybe,
right up our alley.
maybe another smart guy to add to the roster at
Why are you
CC.
looking at anybody else's TA, guys? I'm making you rich live on air. Get out of
Oh,
here
yeah.
with Marius. Whoever Marius who? That's
All
what
right.
I.
All right, home stretch. Any chance we could quickly look at maybe some of the fangs like Apple, Microsoft, let's say maybe Tesla. You guys, Alex,
All right.
throw some Apple, Tesla, Microsoft on there. Netflix, maybe.
Chill.
I mean, yeah, guys. Apple's going parabolic. Just like hold on tight. Just hold on tight. Nothing more you can do. If you're trying to short Apple, you're just wrong right now. Yeah, just be buying call options. Looks like it's gonna continue onwards.
That gap up, man.
Yeah. And then once then what I would do is I would be keeping track of the slope of this parabolic movement. And then once the slope is broken, that's when you should be looking to get out. So, you know, this slope. This slope. And then this slope seems to be developing right now.
Which is, I mean, if that is going to be maintained, that's going to be a very parabolic movement.
Yeah. So keep track of this, and then until one of these trend lines break, until the steepest trend line breaks, keep longing, just be long, and then yeah, that's the best way to play it, especially during this. The market can stay irrational for so long. Who knows how high Apple is going to go here? So, hey guys, I'm on the show. Please stop DMing me while I'm on the show. Let's see here. What's I looking at? Hello. Am I on the show alone?
No,
Yep,
you're good.
you're still here.
What am I looking at next?
Tesla. Finally, let's wrap it up with Tesla, and then we'll move on to the final segment.
Best for last, huh?
Man, wasn't this a great target area for Tesla? As you can see, we just totally just hung around here. So a few weeks back, I told you to take this on the break of the previous all-time high, and then we picked a couple of target areas. See how it worked out on the lower time frame. This one target area, we didn't end up.
You're even getting more more bullish divergence off of it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would definitely, if we can break back above this previous high right here, around 1600, that's when I would go long again. But I mean, yes, like we got falling volume on this dump, if you can call it a dump. Um, actually, you could probably take it here, and you'd probably be rewarded for that bullish behavior right now with the way the market is.
Tesla looks
Um,
good.
like waiting for more of a pullback is just like maybe a little bit too conservative for this market. Oh, Amazon.
Did you want to go to do any news there, Jack, or are we just gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna quickly run through the news real quick if you guys want to stick around for that. There's a few
Yeah, sure.
tasty news morsels to serve up to the audience.
Mhm.
All right, so T-Dub, hope that answered your Tesla question. That looks mad frothy, but looks like there's
Yeah,
still
and
opportunity to
also
take
long
into.
Amazon too.
Yep.
It's also parabolic.
The big three, yeah.
Yeah, these guys have not missed a beat during the whole COVID meltdown, huh?
Yeah, this is the parabolic chart. So this is the previous one, and then in 2000 after 2008, the trend picks up, and it kept that strong a trend for like a decade, and then recently it's sped up since why since March 2020 when everybody lives at home and does only online shopping.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
Nice.
Amazon,
That
be
should
long,
that
buy
that
some
run up
calls.
should help pay for Bezos's remodeling of his New Zealand bunker, I guess.
Indeed.
Okay. Let's hop into the news real quick. I got a few things I want to cover today. Let's take a look. All right. Let me see here. Let me recenter the screen. Go. There we go. All right. So, first story. This is something Alex tipped me off to this morning. YouTube bans popular crypto channel for allegedly encouraging illegal activities. So, another potential YouTube purge of crypto YouTubers underway.
just what we
So,
need.
in this case, I'm sure many people in the audience are familiar with the two brothers, Aaron and Austin, who run Altcoin Daily. Kind of familiar voices in the space. But they, I guess their style, their crypto news and opinions channel, Altcoin Daily, woke up to a rude awakening when they discovered that the YouTube had banned their channel for, again, this quote, encouraging illegal activities. So they submitted an appeal to YouTube and took to Twitter seeking help of the crypto community to persuade YouTube to review the unfair decision. And other fans and influencers came out in large numbers to support them. But seems like they got cracked down on, and it goes to show you when you shill alts a little too hard, when you kind of you put in these clickbaity titles of, this coin just went this, what the next coin gonna do, gonna something, these types of very clickbaity, these kind of shilly titles. I know they get the views and everything in, but unfortunately, sooner or later, you get hit by the YouTube hammer. It's unfortunate, but we've suffered a little bit of a little shadow banning ourselves, but many people in the audience, I'm sure, have noticed we really don't put out these overly shilly videos, right? We don't do videos that are like, this is the next DeFi token to go 100x, get in now, right? We don't really do that. We don't.
That's
We
not
kind of.
what we're trying to do here, man. I mean, what we're trying to do here is teach people how to trade consistently to make gains over the course of their life in order to take control of their own financial career, which is something that is not taught in the world today. And it makes it really difficult when you're trying to do something genuinely good for people and what you believe in, but then all of a sudden YouTube's trying to shut you down, shadow ban you for things that are happening, like the scams, and then you come to watch your own video, and then you get an ETH scam right before it. That's paid
Yep.
advertising.
That's
It's
that's kind
just
of
ridiculous.
that's kind of the slap in the face of all this is the prominence of these ETH giveaway scams that are running nonstop
Hmm.
on YouTube right now. Like there isn't a YouTube video that I don't play recently that doesn't have an ETH video
Yeah.
starring Vitalik come up
Vitalik
looking for a
going live
scam.
right
Yeah,
now.
Vitalik going live and giving away hundreds in ETH, right? So
Again, this is the third day in a row.
yeah, right. So I can't believe that YouTube's letting that fly, yet these guys get banned. But it seems that a certain user is pointing the finger back at Altcoin Daily, saying, "I believe I know the reason. You guys were promoting Bidao. I mean, that's how I pronounce it, I guess. Bidao to
Is
your
that
audience, which was some kind of ICO, which is largely based in flag of United States. That ICO isn't available for US customers. I assume that this is the case because someone else had a video posted promoting Bidao and they themselves were terminated. So I guess they have some kind of don't shill ICO type of policy, particularly ones maybe marketed to Americans that shouldn't be, and maybe they got flagged and banned for that. So it's unfortunate. My condolences to Altcoin Daily. Maybe they'll get their channel back, maybe not, but goes to show you for any of our peers in the crypto YouTube game, tread carefully. These are ugly times. I wish they would do something about the scammy ads, but I guess that's not helping.
and if anyone's listening that might have like has anything to do with any of those types of channels or anything like that, one thing that we found out is within the terms of YouTube. So if you do anything to kind of shill towards any kind of online casino or any kind of partner like that, that is instant grounds for banning.
It's
Yep.
cool.
Got to be
And
careful out there. All right, next story. This is a bit of a follow-up to our MCO to CRO token swap story, right? If you guys remember earlier this week, Crypto.com announced that MCO tokens will be going defunct soon, and they're giving everybody an opportunity to convert their MCO holdings into CRO. And of course, MCO was the coin you needed to buy and stake in order to get access to their fancy crypto Visa cards. In the conversion, they rejigged their entire tier system to reflect the new pricing. Now, interestingly enough, this is something we covered on Monday. When we did the math on the new tier system, it turned out pretty damn expensive. It made every card roughly, based on Monday's price, 4 times more expensive to get into than it was about a week ago. I guess really quickly, Crypto.com realized they made a bit of a mistake because there's a huge outcry with the pumping prices of entry on these cards. And on Tuesday, they announced that they are slashing the price of entry of in CRO tokens by 5. So if we take a look at their website, it's been updated since. We can see that the Ruby card was 5,000 CRO just Monday. It's now just 1,000 CRO. So this means that based on today's price, you can get into a CRO token or the Ruby card for about 1,500 or sorry 150 US dollars. Um, on Monday, with the new price rejigging, the purple and green cards were about $8,500 US. They were about 50,000 CRO to get into. They since slashed that to 10,000 CRO. So if you wanted to get a purple card, honestly, it's cheaper than it's ever been before. It's currently about 1,500 US to buy one of those, whereas just a week ago you were looking at closer to $2,500 to get into one of these cards. So
And
uh,
you just have to like stake it for 6 months. It's not like you have to like give them
yeah, you
$1,500.
just have to stake it, but still there's that. Yeah, it's an investment, sure, but the way I look at it, it's still an upfront cost. Buying a token I otherwise probably wouldn't be buying and investing in. I'm doing it more. The card is really the main draw for me, but the cashback rewards do help compensate you, right, over time, and the airdrops and the other. I also believe when you do stake the tokens, you do get a pretty nice annual interest rate, which I think is currently around 12 or 16%. So it's a very, I think this is the way forward for CRO. A lot of the community was unhappy with the decision to get rid of the MCO token and move everything to CRO, particularly the original the OGs and the long-term stakeholders were not happy with this move. But the CEO Chris did do an AMA, I think, on Tuesday, kind of clearing things up a little bit, and he did kind of respond and explain um, why the decision to move away from MCO, which wasn't very clear on Monday. So basically, he cited the regulatory landscape is changing a lot in the recent years and months, and basically MCO was a ICO token from 2017 and it was just fraught with a lot of regulatory baggage, right? That coin
Yeah.
coming out of the ICO era, the way it was sold and distributed, it would have been a lot of baggage for crypto.com to carry forward. So really what they're doing is wiping the slate clean, and the CRO token is the way forward. It's kind of regulatory compliant as far as they're concerned, and that basically they're ready to write the next chapter in the growth of their company, and they have to do that by jettisoning MCO along the way. So, my condolences to MCO. F in the chat for MCO tokens and holders, but this is the way forward, gentlemen. This is the way. So, Chris has spoken. All right, next story, real quick. All right, so this is something Bitfinex announced this week. They're going to pay 400 million to the hackers if they return the stolen Bitcoin from 2016. So if anybody's been in the space for a few years, they might remember this is probably I think one of the biggest exchange hacks in all of crypto history, next to maybe Mt. Gox. In 2016, the hackers attacked the Bitfinex platform and they stole, I think, about 120,000 BTC, right? Which is, what's the
A
math
lot of
on that
money.
today? It's a lot of money. I think it's like 1.2 billion or something by today's price. Anyhow, so they want their coins back because, as everybody knows, like everybody's been watching the Bitfinex coins on the blockchain ever since. And unfortunately, the hackers may never really fully be able to wash all that coin. And in the end, maybe it'd just be better to make a deal with Bitfinex. So Bitfinex is eager to recover bitcoins that hackers stole in August 2016 and is offering them a reward of up to $400 million for the hackers willing to return the funds. Bitfinex, of course, promises their identities will remain private and is also offering a 5% like finder's fee to anyone who can bring the parties together to broker the deal. So if anybody in the audience
Yeah,
knows if you know
I'm your
who
guy.
yeah,
I'm your guy.
if you know who jacked the money from Bitfinex in 2016, maybe DM them on Discord and be like, man, are you sure you don't want to give the money back to Bitfinex? We can all make away really nicely in
Have a
this one.
deal.
So you got to hope that Bitfinex is man of their word and that they forward you the 400 million after you send $1 billion of Bitcoin back. And don't forward your details to Interpol or the FBI or something. So.
You know that they're still in the back of their mind, like you're gonna rat on me. There's no way.
No kidding, right? It's taking a bit of a risk, right?
Yeah, but I
So,
mean, it's better than sitting on $1 billion that's worth nothing because you can't move it.
so here's another interesting development. Next story is going to relate to the Twitter hacker, the teenage Twitter hacker, of course, the 17-year-old accused of hacking the accounts of prominent personalities on Twitter a couple
Can
weeks
we wrap
ago.
it up after the story?
We can, yeah, you got to go.
I mean, it's 2.5 hours in. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. No, almost there, almost there. But
Okay.
yeah, so the 17-year-old hacker who hacked Twitter last week, now the plot thickens a little bit. The man, apparently, well, the kid, I guess, apparently owns $3.3 million worth of Bitcoin, according to his legal team. So get this. Supposedly, this kid named Clark, I forget his first name, Clark's legal team says that he was the subject of a separate and unrelated investigation back in April of this year. So the feds supposedly
They onto
detained
him.
him. They busted him in April for something unrelated, and at the time, they seized about 300 Bitcoin of his in the bust. Now, I think they dropped the charges and they ended up returning his Bitcoin to him at that time. And then here he is back in custody a few months later, and he still has the 300 Bitcoin to his name, and due to that, the judge set the bail for him pretty high. How much was it? Yeah, his bail was set for $725,000. So go figure. This kid gets busted for stealing, 13
Like
BTC.
70 Bitcoin.
Yeah, steals all this Bitcoin. Meanwhile, like he was already sitting on 3 million worth of BTC. Maybe he should have just kind of, and
There's
take it.
more to this story we don't know.
Yeah, curious how he got his hands on the BTC to
That's
begin
a
with.
smart ass. That's a smart ass kid.
I still think that's pretty cool though. The feds bust you in April, they take your BTC, but then they give it back to you quickly
They
enough.
have to get back, yeah.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I never would imagine that after the feds take your keys, they're ever going to hand them back, but apparently they did. So, finally, FOMO, highest ever number of new Bitcoin users since 2017. So, apparently, Glassnode's data says that the number of new users coming online to the Bitcoin network is growing at its fastest pace since the 2017. So data suggests there's plenty of fresh interest from new players entering the market. And the same Glassnode's report says that data shows that 95% of Bitcoin hodlers are currently in profit. So
All right, guys, it's Ponzi time. Time to sell our Bitcoin to the new folks.
indeed. So
Mark that price up, sell it to them at the top.
And
That's what we
final
do.
story, I'll just give a quick mention of this one. Ethereum Classic had a 51% attack on the network earlier this week. I think it was on the 1st of August, and it was a 51% attack. A malicious miner flooded the network with a trove of offline mined blocks, and as a result, the network was unable to process the volume of transactions, and it led to a major reorganization of the blockchain itself. The miner released about 12 hours worth of blocks that they mined offline, and it amounted to about 3,000 blocks on the Ethereum chain. And nodes running the Open Ethereum client could not cope with the influx, and they split off from other nodes, which did accept the reorg of the chain. Investigations are currently ongoing as to what the attacker was looking to accomplish with the attack, but preliminary data shows that no double spends really took place, but they did do something for sure. Several exchanges, of course, moved to temporarily suspend ETC until the dust settled, and ETC developers did get a handle on things pretty quickly, including advising all nodes split off from the majority chain to immediately upgrade their node software to Core Geth or Hyperledger Bezu, and rejoin everyone else on the majority chain. ETC core devs also assured stakeholders everything's under control, the community's converging on the correct majority chain, and that they're just going to, dust this one under the rug and keep going. Of course, this isn't the first 51% attack on Ethereum Classic, which resulted in a reorg back in 2019 of January. The blockchain suffered a very deep reorg, one that did include double spends and netted attackers about $1.1 million. So ETC, pretty weak hash rate on the network makes it ripe for attack. So it goes to show you the giants like Bitcoin and Ethereum themselves are likely the ones that are most resistant to such attacks right now. But that's just how it goes in the Wild West crypto scene. Anyhow, I think that kind of covers the news for today. Let's just see if there's any comments in the chat I need to read real quick. Let's see. Let's see here. Not seeing anything too. I see someone calling out fake news. Nigu Minai calling BS on something. You have to clarify what's BS in the
He
reporting.
doesn't because the show's ending momentarily.
Gotcha. All right, gentlemen. I think that's it for today. We did go 2+ hours. Yeah, well over 2 hours. Thank you so much to the analysts, Alex and Jason, who showed up. Again, Justin wasn't in today. We covered. I hope everybody enjoyed today's analysis. Hit the like button before we dip. And any final words from you guys?
No, it's a bullish time, guys. Make sure you own some Bitcoin, and also be sure to pick up some alts. The markets on the whole is, whether traditional ones or heavy metals and stuff, they're all just going up in value. I don't know what to say. It's a crazy time, but I would definitely not have my money all just sitting in savings right now. It's losing value.
This is literally what we've been waiting for in the last 2 years of trading. So let's let it happen. Like don't go looking for shorts. Don't go we're in a bull market. Let it be a bull market. Let's see where this can go.
All right, good sage advice from the analyst. So stack your coins, maybe even diversify a little bit into those moonshot tokens that are on the come up. But beyond that, we are calling it at this point. Thanks again to everyone who showed up. Shout outs to the audience. Catch us in the Discord, and we will catch you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Thanks, guys.